Hi everyone, it's Tash and welcome to another Wednesday recipe video. And today we are going to be making a cherry frangipane tart with Chantilly cream. This is one of my oldest recipes on my blog tashkicks.com. I think I published it in 2012, 14 years ago, and it still holds up well to this day. The components are super simple. You've got your sweet, melt in the mouth delicate shortcrust pastry, a really rich almond frangipane, tangy juicy cherries, and a fragrant vanilla-y cream on top. Now you are going to de-stone your cherries for this. I use a cherry pitter. I've got my ancient cheapo one which has lasted the years. I used the same one when I made this recipe in 2012. But other than that, super basic recipe. So with all that said, let's go to the kitchen and see how it's done. First, let's preheat the oven to 180 degrees C. To make the dough, I have 300 grams of plain flour, 3 tablespoonfuls of corn flour, and this is going to make it extra delicate, 3 tablespoonfuls of icing sugar, this will make it sweet, a good pinch of salt, and 180 grams of cold unsalted butter which I've chopped into cubes. Now we're going to get a bit hands-on and rub this into crumbs. Just grab some chunks of butter and handfuls of flour and rub it in between your fingers. Now it's already starting to come together. If I do that, you see it tries to form a dough, still a bit crumbly though, still a few butter chunks in there. So I have one more ingredient to add, and that is half an egg white. We're not actually going to use the whole egg, just half of the egg white. You can kind of eyeball it. That'll do. I'm going to pop this egg in the fridge because we are going to use it later. And I'm just going to go in and knead this with my hands. And now, as you can see, we have a lovely, smooth, pliable dough. Let's roll it out. Now you could at this stage flour your work surface, flour a rolling pin, and then roll it out that way, the old-fashioned way. What I like to do is I like to put some stick-proof baking paper down first, and this is going to help us transfer our dough onto our pie dish in a minute. As you can see, I have greased about an 8 or 9 inch loose bottomed tart dish, so I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to dump our dough straight on, and I'm going to lay another sheet of baking paper on top. And I'm just going to roll it out. Let's do a little check. Have a look for size. Perfect. As long as it is a couple of inches bigger than our pie tin, we're ready to go. Let's peel off the top layer, but we're going to keep it for later. We're going to slide our hand under this, and we're going to roll it on top. Keep this too. Now don't worry about cracks, just gently ease the pastry in, and we're going to use our fingers to squidge it. See? Cracks don't matter. If you find a few thin patches, just take a little bit of that extra and plug it. And the easiest way to clean this up is to run your rolling pin along this top. There we go, let's collect our leftover pastry. Lovely. Do not throw your leftover pastry away. This is basically shortbread. We're going to make some leftover pastry biscuits out of this. Now I'm going to prick the base all over with a fork. And for even more assurance it doesn't puff up, I am going to place one of our pieces of paper that we just used, greasy side down, and for good measure I'm going to fill it with ceramic baking beans. If you don't have these, then dried beans or rice will do. Now all I'm going to do is pop this on a baking tray so it's a bit easier to transport, and I'm going to bake it in the oven for about 15 minutes, or just until you can see the edges of the pastry starting to turn golden. That was actually 20 minutes, so not that much off. And also, I made biscuits with the leftovers. Not very pretty, but they will do, and they will still be delicious. Now I'm going to be very careful and grab the very edges of the paper, and I'm going to move the beans to a heat-proof bowl. Now we're just going to let everything cool down completely before we do anything else. Don't touch the beans, very hot. Now while I've been waiting for that to cool down, I've actually been destoning some cherries. You're going to need about 300 grams. I just bought a big 400 gram punnet and used most of that, and I weighed them before pitting them. And here's what I haven't prepared yet. I just used one of these doodads. I'll try and show you without making a mess. You put it there, line this plunger up with the hole, with the top rather, and then if I give you a side view, there. It gets rid of the pip, and your cherry is left intact. So these are ready to go now. Now we're going to make the actual frangipane. Here I have 125 grams of unsalted butter, which I've left to soften at room temperature. I'm going to add 125 grams of caster sugar, and I'm going to cream these together as if I were going to make a cake. There we go. Now I'm going to add 3 eggs. I say 3, this is actually 2 eggs, and the egg which we took half of the egg white out of, which you can see there, that's actually a more expensive egg. I ran out of my baking eggs, so I had to use one of my brunch eggs. Yes, they make a difference. Poached eggs are so nice with them. Anyway, I sacrificed that one. So this is more like 2 3/4 eggs, but you know, don't like to waste anything. I'm also going to add a pinch of salt. And I'm going to give this a beat together too. It doesn't have to be completely gelled together at this point, so don't worry about it because we're going to add the almonds next. In fact, I'm going to add 150 grams of ground almonds, and also a teaspoonful of vanilla extract, and a teaspoonful of almond extract. And now I'm going to stir this well together. Boom, that's our frangipane. Now our pie is nice and cool, our crust rather. The last time I made this, I actually spread about a tablespoonful of jam at the bottom in a very thin layer. This time I'm not actually going to bother with that. It completely depends on your taste. Sometimes I feel like a jam layer, sometimes not. This time I'm not going to. And I'm going to dump our frangipane straight in. And now of course we're going to add the cherries. And now we're going to bake this for 20 to 30 minutes, just until the top goes golden brown and it is bubbling. That was in fact 30 minutes exactly. Right, this is red hot. Now again, we have to let it cool down completely. This is the hardest part because it smells so good. Once the tart is cool, and only when it's cool, it's time to do the topping. To make the Chantilly cream, we'll need 300 milliliters of double cream, 1 tablespoonful of caster sugar, and a teaspoonful of vanilla. You can use extract, but I'm going to use bean paste. And I'm going to give this a whisk together. Once it's dolloply thick, stop because we don't want to go too far. And I'm actually going to pipe this onto our tart. So I'm going to put this in a piping bag with a star tip, and I'm going to pipe it. Isn't that beautiful? As you can see, I've also taken it out of the tin and we're ready to pipe. As you can see, I'm using a closed star tip and I'm just going to pipe some rosettes. There we are, not my best work. There were loads of big air bubbles in the piping bag, which was totally my fault. I was very sloppy putting the cream in. And when you get air bubbles, you get little explosions like that. It is not neat. Anyway, this is absolutely fine. Now it's ready to serve. As you can see, I've prepared a slice right here. Looking good. Let's take a scoop out of it. Cheers! It's like a grown-up Bakewell tart. That's the one thing I don't really like about Bakewell tarts is actually they're so sweet. The thick layer of icing and the glacé cherry on top doesn't help. This is a slightly more sophisticated version. I've got this one chunk of hair today that just doesn't want to integrate itself into the rest of my hair. Anyway, after 14 years, this still holds up as a great recipe. So there you go, cherry frangipane tart with Chantilly cream. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's recipe video and I hope you'll join me next Wednesday for my next one. Get the full written recipe on my blog tashcakes.com. Follow me on Instagram, I'm tashcakes.tastes, and find me on TikTok too. I'm tashcakes there too, but my handle is food in slow motion. Subscribe and hit the notification bell if you'd like to see more. Give this video a like if you'd like to help other people find it. Comment down below if you'd like me to make anything in particular, and I'll see you all next time. Be good, be nice, and have a good week. I hope this doesn't get rebranded as almond croissant tart. It's frangipane, it's its own thing.